Good morning from the heart of New York City. This is Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast dedicated to wanting to learn and apply to eat better daily. I'm your host, Angela Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist, your personal health and wellness coach, your personal fat loss guru, diet and food detective, and just someone with a lot of passion for healthy eating, healthy food, whole foods, the most nutritious, delicious, and healthiest foods that planet and people create. Passionate about everything and anything we put on our plates and in our mouth in order to hopefully feel better, look better, and perform better on all levels every single day. Today is a very short, easy, and simple episode dedicated to a question that a lot of you guys are asking me about, and it's all about traveling to different countries, to different locations, and maintaining a healthy diet. What is my advice for those of you who are about to travel, who want to travel, but also who want to explore different food traditions, different cultural traditions expressed in food while traveling, but also feeling good and not completely blowing your diet and putting on a bunch of fat that you don't necessarily want to put on. So anyway, right now, for example, I'm in Russia, Siberia. I'm on a keto diet, and nobody here heard about keto diet. And I'm here not to explore really any food because I'm from here and I tried most of the foods local here before, when I was younger, when I was a teenager, so I'm not experimenting a lot now. But if I were to experiment in any country, in any tradition with food, then I would probably not go and try KFC that they opened recently here in the middle of Siberia, or McDonald's that you can try back in your country or any country and is not really worth trying at all. If you ask me, I would experiment with foods that you can only find in this area. Like, for example, if you were to travel to Siberia, to the north of Western Siberia, that's where I'm from exactly, you would want to try something like polar elk or polar bear salami or other kind of meat and animal products made of it that you wouldn't probably find in many parts of the world. All kinds of caviar that made from local fish, all kinds of jellies and different products, health products made from local wild blueberries or cranberries and other berries that I don't really know the names in English, and I couldn't find the translation. You would want to try products made from local mushrooms and maybe local pine nuts that are also wild, and people usually gather them in the forest during this season right now, actually during autumn season. So you would want to try, again, when you experiment with food in different locations while traveling, you would want to try something that you can only find in this place. Or there is another dish that is popular here, not many among people who eat a lot of processed food, but people who are into local cuisine. It's called stroganina, and it's basically raw frozen fish with a lot of salt. I don't really know how people eat it because it has no real taste, but it's basically raw fish that is frozen and has a lot of salt and some other spices. So not my thing, but a lot of people are into that here. My advice for you for healthy eating when you travel, three advices. First of all, stick to whole foods as much as possible, to simple foods as much as possible with no or little ingredients, and stick to good quality protein and fat and a lot of good quality non-starchy vegetables of all kinds. In any country, you can find those, your proteins, your healthy fats, your vegetables. So in any country, stick to that for a majority of your meals when you're not trying to explore. When you go food shopping in that country, in whatever country you're traveling to, also try to stick with no ingredient foods. If you cannot read ingredient list on most products because of language or something else, just you can always recognize meat or fish or vegetables. Go and buy that, and that's going to be the best diet for your stomach in a new environment. If you don't want to feel like your digestion is off all the time and you are, low on energy or on the toilet all the time. So majority of your meals when you're traveling, when you're abroad, should be very simple. And if you eat out, most of your meals, shouldn't contain a lot of sauces or added oils, especially added sugars and all of that stuff. Again, steamed or sauteed in water or some olive oil, some simple salads. Again, protein and fish and meat and poultry that you can recognize. That should be most of your meals. And when you eat out and trying different meals, again, stick to whole foods. And if you're not sure about some ingredients and you have plans to do something actively, then probably not a good idea to do a lot of experimenting with that, because you never know how your gut bacteria, how your gut will react to that particular ingredient or food or herbs or spice, especially if you're traveling somewhere like Vietnam or Thailand or India, basically Southeast Asia. There the climate and the environment created this rich world of different bacteria that our Western gut is not necessarily used to. So that's why a lot of people get sick when they travel to Southeast Asia and experiment with food a lot. I personally, when I traveled to Thailand or Cambodia or Bali or India, I personally didn't get sick because I just wasn't into experimenting with my food a lot, and I would choose really simple foods, again, like vegetables, like meats and fish. So again, my advice for healthy eating for you, whatever you travel, eat foods that you can recognize: meat, fish, vegetables, eggs. Try to limit your sauces, your spices, and any kind of foreign ingredients. That is for majority of your meals. Because hopefully, sometimes you do travel to just try food in different places, but I still would stick to probably mostly one, like at your most one experimental meal, and the rest of the meal should be pretty simple. And then when you do experiment with foods that are local to this area, that you can try only in this area, so your food experiments and trials are worthy. It's, again, don't go to try KFC's, McDonald's, and all kinds of generic foods, same foods, but in different environment. Not worth your time or your health or your good digestion. If you have any questions about eating on the go, eating while traveling, eating in Siberia, or Russian food, send me email to angela@createyoursalad.today, angela@createyoursalad.today. If you're traveling to any country or any location, also feel free to email me and ask for advice on eating out in particular country, or if you live in non-Western country or some weird location that a lot of food I'm talking about or a lot of us are talking about not available there, then just, also shoot me email to Angela@createyourself.today, and I'll help you out to choose the best, the most nutritious, the healthiest options available to you. So feel free to reach out. There is always a solution to eat better every single day, to feel better, to look better, and perform better on all levels. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you all. Check out my blog today, createyourself.today, because there is a new blog and it's all about smart and science-based fat loss and my own experience with clients, also keto, a lot of things. So Create Yourself That Today, latest blog, check it out. Share this podcast, subscribe to it, rate it on iTunes so I get more listeners to get the health benefits of listening to something nutritious and delicious every single day. So thank you for listening. Love you all, guys. And till next time, eat better daily.